where I'll be chatting about random stuff. Today, I thought I'd start off with adjusting my mic to annoy people with sound issues. Ooh, ooh, ooh. Yeah, so I'll be reading dad jokes, puns, and maybe I'll throw in a story or two about stuff and things. Not just stuff, but things as well. So, but first, as I am fairly new to streaming. Yeah, great. Perfect. So it's going off, or it's starting off. The jokes start now, so prepared to laugh, and all that. So, so I looked up a collection of dad jokes and found a few of them pretty funny. So if I start to laugh out loud, just go with it. um, so do you know how you can tell that a train just went by? It left its tracks behind. That's one that you can just tell, every time you see train tracks with your kids. Um, Seeing that we are in Ireland and there is a storm um, coming around, also a good one when you're out and about for a walk in lockdown times. It was so windy today, I had to wrinkle my forehead and screw my cap on to keep it there. So that was not good, but that's okay. Not all of them have to be a winner. Winner, winner, chicken dinner. So let's see, what else can we find? So what's here? Okay, a rabbit goes to the dentist, and the dentist says, "I need to pull a tooth, but I'll give you Novocaine." The rabbit answers, "Not me, doc. I'm an ether bunny." Yeah, some of them crack me up. Um, so let's see where we can find more like these people are just telling stories. So this is not a very good collection, um, you know, because they're all like stories of people. So let's see, can find some better ones here. Um, so you know how when killer comes here now, um, and you know you make a nice comment. Well, if you as the dad get your hair cut and they ask you, "Dad, did you get your hair cut?" Then you say, "No, I got them all cut." What's this one? My wife is really mad at the fact that I have no sense of direction, so I packed up my stuff and write. How do you get a squirrel to like you? Act like a nut. But why don't eggs tell jokes? They'd crack each other up. Ooh. I don't trust stairs. They're always up to something. What do you call someone with no body and no nose? Nobody knows. Did you hear the rumor about butter? Well, I'm not going to spread it. Why couldn't the bicycle stand up by itself? It was too tired. Oh, poor bicycle. Dad, can you put on my shoes? No, I don't think they'll fit me. That's the kind of stuff that I'd say, like on a regular basis. Why can't a nose be 12 inches long? Because then it would be a foot, for all you American jokesters out there. Because that doesn't work in a metric system. And I am living in the metric system. You know, metric system. This graveyard looks overcrowded. People must be dying to get in. Can be funny, you know, when you're out for a walk, but otherwise, yeah, I don't know. What time did the man go to the dentist? 2:30. So next one. How many tickles does it take to make an octopus laugh? Laugh. 10 tickles. What concert cost just 45 cents? 50 Cent featuring Nickelback. Yeah, that one's funny. Like, that gets me. Not that I'm a huge fan of Nickelback or anything. Oh, let's turn on my light, actually. And it will be light. Well, other than that one. Ah. How do you make a tissue dance? You put a little boogie in it. You see, in America, you call it booger or boogie. Not all non-Americans know that. Yes, I'm also mansplaining. Well, I am a man and I explain things, so mansplaining. Why did the math book look so sad? Because of all of its problems. Yeah, math books full of problems, no solutions. You need a chemistry book for that. So why is my, oh yeah, because I'm standing in front of the light. Okay, let's go here then. What do you call cheese that isn't yours? Nacho cheese. Actually, let's go here. Yeah, I like that way better. What kind of shoes do ninjas wear? Sneakers. How does a penguin build its house? It glues it together. It glues it together. Yeah. Better with an audience, huh? Or maybe not good at all. You know, it happens. I'm on a seafood diet. I see food and I eat it. Yeah, sadly, I really am. But food is so good. You know, you can check out all my other videos where I bake and, you know, sometimes cook. Well, I cook regularly, just not, you know, in video form. But otherwise, you know, you might like those. Sorry. Yawn. Why did the Scarecrow win an award? Because he was outstanding in his field. For all you lovely farmers out there. I made a pencil with 2 erasers. It's pointless. I probably am really bad at this, but you know what? I thought I'd give it a go. I'm reading a book about anti-gravity. It's impossible to put down. Did you hear about the guy who invented the knock-knock joke? He won the Nobel Prize. A neutrino walks into a bar. He asks for the bartender how much for a drink, and the bartender says, for you, no charge. I've got a great joke about construction, but I'm still working on it. I used to hate facial hair, but then it grew on me. Yeah, you can see here, left some here. And what people don't tell you is when you reach your mid-30s, that your facial hair also starts creeping slowly up to your ear and to that little bit here on your ear, and suddenly gets really hard. And then you need to use a trimmer to get rid of it or pluck it or something. Must look into laser hair removal for ears. So how do you make a cleaning? We already got that. I decided to sell my vacuum cleaner. It was just gathering dust. Oh, was it said on the tin? I guess. I had a neck brace fitted years ago, and I've never looked back since. Wah, wah. So, people say they pick their noses, but I feel like I was just born with mine. Ba-dum-ts. What's brown and sticky? A stick. See those ones, those short and pointed ones, like a stick. Um, they're just funny to me. Lockdowns got me locked into sleepiness. Why can't you hear a psychiatrist using the bathroom? Because the P is silent. Why is the P silent in a psychiatrist? It's psychiatrist. Hmm. What do you call an elephant that doesn't matter? An irrelevant. Yeah, see, that's already too hard to say. Too hard to pronounce. So it's not a good joke. No, no, no. Mm-mm. No, no, no. What do you get from a pampered cow? Spoiled milk. Eh. Did I tell you the time I fell in love during a backflip? I was heels over head. No. If a child refuses If a child refuses to sleep during nap time, are they guilty of resisting arrest? They sure are. But you know what? When they get old enough, they realize how good those rests were, or would have been if they'd taken it. I ordered a chicken and an egg online. I'll let you know. Yeah, that's funny to me. So, depending on what theories you believe, the chicken or the egg came first. Well, the egg came first. Like physically, the egg came first. But then, of course, there's the metaphors and all of that stuff. But physically, the egg was there first. Next one. It takes guts to be an organ donor. True, true. But that's why it's funny. If you see a crime at an Apple store, does that make you an eyewitness? Probably does. I'm so good at sleep. Oh yes, I really am. I'm so good at sleeping. I can do it with my eyes closed. Yeah, okay. That's okay. Hey Neil, how are you doing? What's your favorite dad joke? I'm just reading dad jokes at the moment and trying to see which ones are funny. Some of them were funny, a lot of them not really. But that's the beauty about the dad joke. I was going to tell a time traveling joke, but you guys didn't like it. Mm, yeah, no, maybe situational. Oh well, here's a complicated one again. I really prefer the ones that are straight to the point. So what did the ghost say to the beehive? Neil, let me see. Come on. Knock it out of the... Okay, that joke was so funny it knocked my mic out, right out of my headset. But it was very good, Neil. So, but it's inappropriate to make a dad joke if you're not a dad, because that is a faux pas. Here's one that you might like if you like to go to a circus. Did you hear about the circus fire? It was intense. Here's one of my favorite ones is of course the number joke. Why was 6 afraid of 7? Because 7, 8, 9. That is hilarious to me. Like that is one of my favorite jokes. And here is another one in the same vein. Can February March? No, but April May. Waka waka. Want to hear a joke about paper? Never mind, it's terrible. So let's see, what other jokes can we find here? No, how did the zombie bodybuilder hurt his back? Tell me. High octane Neil. He was deadlifting, yeah. Here's a tip that you will always get from a dad. Lift with your knees, not with your back. Because if you lift with your back, you get the issue that I have and a lot of dads have, which is slipping discs or bulging discs, and that hurts like hell. So always lift with your knees, especially, and you can train with the Star Trek squatting challenge, 100 squats a day for 30 days. Looks killer. So, another good tip here, don't trust atoms because they make everything up. So what else? What else? Come on, good jokes. When does a joke become a dad joke? When it becomes apparent. Eh, yeah, fine. It's funny. What's an astronaut's favorite part of a computer? The spacebar. Oh, this could be a dangerous one here. So tell me, why is North Korea so evil? Ah, because they have no soul is the punchline. Well, it's a good one, especially if you know that soul is in South Korea. But nowadays, you have to be careful with those kind of jokes. They can get you into trouble. What do you call a fake noodle? An impasta. What did the coffee report to the police? A mugging. That's something you can tell in the morning, when your parents or whoever is drinking, something from a mug. You might get good results there. You also might get hot coffee in your face, either spat or chucked. But yeah, that's the risk you got to take in showbiz. What did the fish say when it hit the wall? Damn. So let's see. It was short and sweet and not that great. So let's check different more funny dialogue. Here's something maybe Neil can what do you think? If you do here. Do you know what this is? This is an autograph. Let me just see how it works best. Oops. That way. This is an autograph I got last year at Gamescom from the man himself, Hideo Kojima. And actually, it was kind of funny, because like I was there. I think I walked past where he was supposed to speak almost 2 hours before or whatever, and I thought, oh yeah, I'll just have a look. And there actually already was a line, so I got into it, and they had to cut off the line. Yeah, yeah, Kojima autograph, yeah. Um, they actually had to cut off the line because so many people were queuing. But then what was a like happy accident for like an indie title, something weird planet game. Can't remember, Strange Planet, something planet. Had of course a massive crowd because everybody was waiting for Kojima, and so they had the whole Sony booth. That's a good one. Oh, 2020, you suck. Like 2019 already wasn't that great of a year, but 2020, you suck. Oops. Been trying to teach myself the card trick, and you know how you do it? You hold the card and then quickly put your fingers like this, hold on to the card this way. Oops. And then if everything goes well, ends up like this, but you have it here. And yes, Ant-Man. Um, Ant-Man gave me the inspiration, but then also how now you see me, because look kind of cool. I know they tricked or played loads of tricks. For here, I would have to go like this. Bye card. Hello card. I like that ear joke. And again, first you start holding it with, oh, you can hold it with two hands. That's okay. Bye bye. Hello. Bye bye. Hello. Yeah, I'm a dad, aren't I? Telling jokes and doing card tricks that are shitty and slow because I can't do it at this point in time. Here's another thing that you might like, seeing that you like the Kojima um, the Kojima autograph. This is a bit of a bigger toy, as you can see here. This is the airplane, and it actually works. out of the special edition for Splinter Cell Blacklist. And I got this in Columbus, Ohio, because at the point in time, they didn't sell it in Ireland where I live. My experience as a dad is I love it. Like, um, like a lot of people think that you become a dad when your kid is born or your child is born, right? But you actually start becoming a dad once you start really wanting and planning it. And then as soon as your partner is pregnant, like you're a dad, like because you already have hopes and dreams for the little baby, doesn't matter if it's a boy or girl. Um, yeah, you do. You plan names, you plan trips, things that you want to show them, like your favorite movies, and then you hope that they love your favorite movies. Like, I mean, I'm a huge Star Wars nerd, right? Uh, Let me quickly dip this down. That lightsaber is Darth Vader's lightsaber. Actually works and has a interview, or not interview, it has an autograph again of Dave Prowse on it. And yeah, or that you'll share your old video games with them, and they'll still like it and not be like, Dad, what shite is that? Um, yeah, and then at the beginning, as the dad, like you physically can't do much, right? Because other than change the diapers or give it a bath or something like that. But when it comes to feeding, um, especially when your partner is breastfeeding, um, she takes then most of the responsibilities because also she will have to wake up because she's the one who's able to feed it. So once bottles come in, of course, then you can take over some of those. And otherwise, it's just a wild ride full of sleepless nights. Um, Being really, really quiet when you'd probably normally want to, especially when you're into sports or whatever. Like I'm into football, or soccer. So, and you want to, burst out because whoever won something, or scored, and then you have to dial that down a lot. Um, you're if you're a gamer like me, like your video game time, for instance, also like is mostly gone. Um, the Switch actually was almost like a godsend because while your loved one is sleeping next to you, you still can, with headphones on, play, video games, and there are really, really good ones on the Switch. Like you can spend what is it, like 200 hours in Zelda, and to and still not finish it in parts. Yeah, and then you see the little one grow, and first, the first time um, when it turns over on itself, it's just really, really cool. And then when they start making sounds, you know, and you listen out if something sounds like mom or dad or something like that, and you will also learn every color, shape, and consistency of poo. Like, like you would not believe how much and how smelly a baby can be. Like it's hilarious, and you're just like, how is it green? Like, how is it green? You didn't eat anything green, you know? But like, how is it green? Or how is it like any color? All you're getting is, baby milk or mother's milk, or formula, and it's still like it's feels like it's the like Skittles, poo the rainbow. Don't give your kids Skittles when they're small. Like I love Skittles, but I'm not small. Um, yeah, and then stuff that a lot of men probably, when it comes to cliche wise, wouldn't be into, like baby clothes and that kind of stuff. Like I was always, kind of fine with shopping and like planning ahead, and because your kid grows so fast, you need to kind of plan ahead with what to wear with it, sometimes within weeks, or just a month or two, because they do suddenly grow. Like my son just is, like, he's 3 and he's been wearing, or well, almost 4, and he's been wearing size 5 for 5-year olds clothes since he was 3. So so you need to plan those things ahead. And then of course, when you like stuff like Star Wars and video games or superheroes, you try to get a, Batman onesie in there and these kind of things, and just really really cool. And just playing with them and reading with them, like one of the best things that, like, at least for me, is just laying down and reading a book with my son. And I read in German and in English because I am German, but I'm bilingual. So, depending on the book, I will read him stories in German or English. Yeah. And I've introduced him to a German tradition which is called Sendung mit der Maus. So, and Sandmännchen, which, is specifically made for little kids, and it's so much fun to watch an episode or two every once in a while. And yeah, and what's also cool is, like, they get fascinated by things that us adults generally are just, like, not even aware that they're happening, like the shadow of plants that fall through a window. And you know your child will just, like, and it doesn't matter if it's, still a baby, or, even if they're 3 years old, and they just kind of, like, they get fascinated by it because of whatever the movement and the lights and what the shadows make. And sometimes you wish to get that back. Like, you'd love to be just like, you know what? Yeah, let's sit here for an hour and just look at the shadow and all the shapes. Like when you stare up in the sky and you look at clouds, and then suddenly they look like a bunny rabbit or whatever. Um, yeah, that's the kind of stuff I think, like, us adults, and a lot of times we miss that. Like, we miss out on that in a big way. Like, there's so much stuff, even though, like, I mean, it's lockdown, right? What you can't do much. Like, I don't know where you're from, but in Ireland, we're limited to 5 kilometers, and we live in a rural area, so 5 kilometers is our little village, and that's it, right? The next bigger town is 14.8. Yes, I looked it up just in case, but it's 14.8 kilometers away. So you can't go there. Um, so now these things might become more important again, even though they probably should be important all the time. But just, taking a moment, taking a breather, and just, turn off devices, phones and iPads and computers and everything, and maybe just sit there and watch the leaves in the wind, or the rain fall against the window. Yeah, I know it sounds very philosophical and all that stuff, but it's not. Or just go for a walk. Of course, bring your phone, especially when you have a little child, because you never know if something happens. But, maybe don't look at your phone, you know, and just enjoy nature. I also have dogs, so they keep me up and entertained and all that stuff. And when we go for walks and all that stuff, it's with 3 dogs and 3 poo bags, and and everything can be much. But you know what? You love them, um, but it's a different kind of love to your child. So if you do have pets, don't ever be so naive and ignorant to say, "Oh yeah, it's like being a parent." No, no. I have 3 dogs, and 3 dogs even isn't even remotely like being a parent. It's just not, you know. Some people can't, and some people decide not to, and then go down the pet route. So for them, they become their children, you know, in a way. But it's still it's not comparable, you know. It's just not. Yeah. Do you have any other questions? um, yeah. Just being a dad, or like I can only speak from a dad's perspective, of course, but being a dad is amazing. Even all the stress and all the sleepless nights and all the little cry, crying about sad, like sad when they're sad or when they've hurt themselves or something like that. Like, of course you feel all these things too, and you cry, or sometimes with them, sometimes when they're not there. But it's all worth it. Like, it's the greatest thing ever, really. Like, owning stuff, achieving whatever fame or fortune and these kind of things. They like That's great. When it pays the bills and maybe you don't have to worry about money, you know. But being a parent, like, that's just that's just amazing because it gives you stuff that you didn't even know that you wanted or needed. Um, but it does. Yeah. So we went from dad jokes to deep dad conversation. Yeah. Like, I'm looking forward to playing the old NES with my son so much. I even have the mini as well. I have the original one, but I also have the mini. Um, because of course you don't know how long the old ones will last. Even though I take good care of mine. Um, but of course the mini is always there to play a bit of old video games. Um, mu- uh, I'm thinking you want to know about music, but yeah, a lot of kids music. Like, because you just listen to so much old stuff that you oh geez, that you listened to when you were a kid, or all the songs that your parents used to sing. um but then you look at stuff like these, like nursery rhymes and yeah, all those things, like brush your teeth song and these kind of things, or like my son is massively into dinosaurs, like probably most little kids, I'd say. So there's even like dinosaur rock songs about dinosaurs, which is really great. Or there's this show called Dougie, and they sing like ridiculous songs, right? But they're funny, and then you don't notice it because like when you put them on in the car, and um like at first you're like, oh come on, like these songs, they just repeat over and over. But you start singing with your kids, or suddenly you have an earworm and it just pops into your head. And then suddenly you're just humming those kid songs where you maybe in the past were trying to sing AC/DC or something like that. But normally, like when I'm driving by myself, I'd put on like AC/DC, or like I really love Blink-182 and Angels and Airwaves, that kind of stuff. And I've recently really fell in love again with like cartoon intros, or anime intros. I don't know what your favorite intro is, but mine is Saber Rider and the Star Sheriffs. It's just great. I don't want to get banned or struck, so I can't play it, but Saber Rider, yeah. Here, I'll put it into the chat, just if you have never heard of it, because a lot of people have never heard of it. think it's spelled like that. Really cool. And there's also loads of cool. Or can I actually see? Maybe I can just in. Can I show you my second screen? Maybe I can't. Um, I'm using here. Let's put that on here. No, 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 no. Cancel that off. Can I not just switch to the second screen? Oh yeah, here, look. Haha. I'm not logged in, so this is all random stuff, so I don't know what this is about. Here. Like, it's also really cool where they have like changing. That's enough. Enough of that. Don't want to get banned. And there's also this really cool thing where they sing anime, or they play the anime intro. Oh shoot. Where they play all the singers in the same song. What is it called? Um, let me quickly check my phone. Because it's really cool because they have like the original singer of well, maybe I'll find it if I just put in the intro of Dragon Ball Z, the original intro, and the covers. Oh, this guy is so cool. If you can ever look him up, he well, the intro of Z at the voice, which is just like really cool. He's really good. Right, it's called Mashup. He's really good. Like, I really enjoyed his singing. Here is like the four of the, and he sings the intro to Dragon Ball Z in different countries. As you can see, we have that's it. And I've been like massively into that the last little while. Yeah. So, and getting back into that, and like those intros, like I'll listen to those with my son, like even though he like has no connection to them yet, but someday I will have watched all of these shows with him, or at least like shown him the shows. Yeah, to have that connection, and I hope he'll like them. Like, he loves Bob the Builder now, and like I said, what is it called? Is it Blippi and Dougie? This kind of stuff, these kind of things. Yeah. And absolute favorite, Cars 3, not Cars 1, not Cars 2. No, 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 no. Cars 3. Only Cars 3. I've shown him Cars 1 and 2, but for him, that's not Cars. You know, for him, Cars is Cars 3. And that's the kind of stuff you need to think about as a parent, like which, sequence you show stuff. Even in Star Wars, like I'll show him the movies, um, in the original releases, right? Because Star Wars is episode 4, 5, and 6, and everything else is add-ons, at least to me. So, and like the thing is that like I literally showed him Cars 3 because that's all the cars that was like on available, I think on, was it on Netflix still back then? Somewhere. And they only had Cars 3 and he like started to get into like little cars and all that stuff. So I showed him Cars 3. Now Cars 1 and 2 don't count anymore. They don't. It's just Cars 3, which is a pretty good movie. Um, about realizing your own potential and when it's time to quit. And on that note, um, I think for tonight or for today, for now, maybe I'll actually game later a bit, like something like XCOM or something like that. Because consoles, the new ones are out soon, so I don't really want to get into something big, until they come out. Even though with lockdown, it'll um, be interesting to see when we actually get the consoles and if we get the consoles and the games with the consoles. Um, but yeah, so thank you very much for the conversation, actually, Neil. I really enjoyed it, and yeah, I'll probably come back tonight, later tonight, and game a bit because it's just the weather for it and all that stuff. But not before bedtime. So another thing, bedtime. Oh, you are going to love bedtime because also you will want that same bedtime. Trust me. 8:30 bedtime, amazing. Like for me, like a kid goes to bed like at around 7. To me, bedtime 8:30. Oh, that is heaven. If I don't have to stay up late, oh my God, that's just heaven. Um, but then of course you miss a lot of stuff that you potentially would have watched or done, otherwise. So, but I digress. I was saying goodbye. Thank you for staying with me in this first episode, and I hope there will be many, many more. I'll try to find better dad jokes for next time, and maybe some other collectibles that I have. You know, like maybe I'll tell you about my Yu-Gi-Oh days. It's time to duel. Um, yeah. So I'm done. Thank you for watching. As always, I'm your Steve from Project Dad. I'll be baking tomorrow, and the video then should be up around Thursday, maybe Wednesday, depending on. Um, I am going to make pina colada cookies and cake. No alcohol, just the base ingredients of a pina colada. So look forward to that because my belly is looking forward to that. So see ya. Peace out. I'm Steve from Project Dad.